Starting goaltenders, Frank Sciliano, one of the best summer goaltenders in the country, 6'4", 290 pounds. He has a 2-1 record with an 8.33 goals against average and a save percentage of .815. The Burnaby Lakers over the last couple of seasons, tandem duo, Eric Penny and Zach Boychuk. They share similar builds, similar games, similar numbers. As Eric Penny gets the start tonight, he is 0 for 1 with a 13.14 goals against average and a .812 save percentage. The pride of Rexdale, Ontario, looking to have a big game for the Burnaby Lakers tonight. Head coach is Pete Tellis for the Burnaby Lakers, former member of this Maple Ridge Burrard club. Rob Williams behind the bench for the Burrards, who get the first possession of this lacrosse game after legal procedure on the draw from Burnaby. Casey Rose fakes the handoff. Curtis Dixon has the ball, looks far side, hits Riley Lowen. Pick set by Gillespie. Lowen spins, twirls. Dixon winds up, tries to get inside the middle. Fakes a pass across the zone, keeps. Now he dishes over to Gillespie. 10 seconds on the shot clock. One hand on his weapon behind the net. Dixon, quick stick, right on the doorstep, buries. Adam Dixon. That is on a nice feed from Luke Gillespie from behind the net. Good feed, good cut. And that's how you get on the scoreboard, kids. As the Burrards only take 29 seconds in their first offensive possession to find the back of the net. Dixon from Gillespie, 29 seconds into this lacrosse game. Another face-off won by the Burrards. As just scrolling through the lineup, a lot of turnover for the Burnaby Lakers this season. Not one defender on the floor tonight was on this roster last season. On a full-time basis, that is. Couple players with some spotted games. So Eric Penny will need a big night tonight and a bounce back after allowing the opening goal 29 seconds in. 1 minute gone, 1-0 Maple Ridge. Is a drop pass by the Lakers, gives the Burrards the ball back. That one's bumbled by Codron. As Keegan Letourneau gets after it, Codron will jump him. And the Burnaby Lakers will come up with the loose ball as Letourneau and Codron tangle. Lutweiler hands off to Jenick. He moves it to Scott Jones, to Dane Stevens, this season's captain. He's got the flashy gray sneaks with the neon green Nike swoosh. Stevens through traffic, and that one sails wide of the net. Jenick will pick up the loose ball off the glass. 7 on the shot clock. Stevens changes. Brian Rice has it, throws it in deep, and the shot clock will expire. Good defensive shift by the Burrards. Curtis Dixon saunters into the offensive zone, winds up, passes across the floor. Stutter step by Rose, eyeing his options, takes a hack from Jensen. Moves it to Mike Mallory. Dixon through traffic. Shot Mallory, scores! Two goals on the opening 3 shots as Mallory steps into one from the outside and beats Penny on the far side. 2-0 Maple Ridge, 2 minutes and 8 seconds into this lacrosse game. As Mallory just rifles that one home, far side. No defenders out on him, so he'll relish the time, the space, and he'll bury. Sean Dollywell with the loose for the Burnaby Lakers. Runs into a double at center, gets out of it, and hands off to the offense. Damon Kalfa moves it in deep for Stevens. Back to Kalfa, flips it far side. Scott Jones, he'll try to work his way to the inside of the floor. Brian Rice winding up, shooting. Stick save Sciliano as he looks for a breakout pass. Hits Mitch Wild in stride. No numbers as the Burnaby Lakers get on the floor quick. Wild fires, that one smokes referee Craig Baldridge right off the side of the bucket, and that's why the referees wear helmets indoors here. Nice strip from Casey Rose at center to get the ball back for the Bees. Nick Stone has Adam Dixon ahead of the play, finds him. First game of the season for Nick Stone. As Curtis Dixon moves it in deep to Adam Dixon, flips it far side. Casey Rose, tuck and go. Mallory, ball dropped, recovers. Mallory has it, winding up, shooting. That one hit a stick of Bowden into the far corner. 4 seconds on the shot clock as Letourneau and Mallory exchange a couple blows. And the first penalty or two to start the game. Mallory is going to take his seat as well. Keegan Letourneau with the double lacrosse calf tattoos. I think he's got a Six Nations arrows tattoo on the back of the left calf. He'll sit down with Mallory, and we'll have 4-on-4 lacrosse. No, Letourneau's going to get an extra 2, actually. So we'll have 4-on-4 for 2 minutes, and then a 2-minute Burrard man advantage. As they are 40% to start the season. 4-on-4, lots of space for Curtis Dixon. As he goes to Adam Dixon, tries to get around Dollywall. Curtis Dixon ties him up. Adam spins. Curtis Dixon chases. Tries to get a pick. Nice follow by Jensen. And Dixon out of steam. Fans on the pass. Good defense by Nick Jensen. Lakers back the other way. 4-on-4 for a minute 32 as Lutweiler goes to Dane Stevens. Stevens and Rice, your lefties. With Pozzamon as Scott Jones finds a lane to the net. He's angled off by Owen Barker. Jones to the point. Stevens. Rice. Lakers not wanting to give up any transition tonight. They're changing. One of the guys heading to the bench with a nice cushion of about 4 or 5 seconds just to take away that transition from the Maple Ridge Burrards. 15:44 to go, first frame. 2-0 Maple Ridge on goals from Dixon and Mallory. Riley Lowen comes around top side high. He's stripped. Loose ball race forward at center. Curtis Dixon will bat it. And with 12 seconds, Wild will come on the floor. Wild to Dixon. Wild's going to hang back and play the shift on D if he needs to. Dixon will fire that one wide. And Breeden will let it roll into the Burrard zone. Lakers come onto the floor. 4-on-4 for 37 seconds. Pozzabon to Pearson Willis. He takes a check from Porter. Stripped, recovers, stripped again. Porter chases down the loose ball. Wild is ahead of the play. Numbers here for the Burrards if they hurry. A couple of men behind the play. Wild still has it. Pick set. Wild to the inside, and he moves it to Casey Rose. Settles play down with 9 seconds left before Mallory comes back on the floor, and it's a Burrard power play. Two-minute man advantage. Keegan Letourneau in the penalty box as Rose takes a shot. Penny bobbling behind the net. Lakers pick it up, but they're back into their own crease. And the Burrards will set up on the man advantage for a minute 51. Ball's going to start in the far corner for Riley Lowen. Third game of the season. Dixon will quarterback. He has Mallory, Dixon, Gillespie, and Lowen. Penny save, nails it up the floor, and the Lakers have too many men out of the offensive gate. Burrard ball. Dixon to Gillespie. Back to Lowen. Dixon, flip pass behind the back to Mallory. Back to Dixon. Pick set for Mallory. Dixon room, fires, and that misses. Top side left. As Mallory will wind up. He'll fire. Penny makes the stop. Dollywall with the head of steam heading up the floor. Burrard's going to get a penalty here for too many men as they spill one out of the gate. And with too many men on the floor, now the Lakers too many men on the offensive gate. So they tried to kill some time to get some power play opportunity, but some miscommunication from the bench. 4-on-4 for a minute 1, and then a 59-second Laker power play. Well, the Burrards need an in-home to come serve.
2-minute bench lineup for 20 players on the floor.
And with 13:36 to go in the first period, Maple Ridge has a 2-0 lead.
24 seconds in the first period. Burrards, too many players on the floor at 6:24.
Jesse Gillespie to serve, 4-on-4. Stevens, Rice, Dollywall, and Jones. Dollywall, Jones, and Stevens, really the only three vets. So I guess Penny and Boychuk as well on this new look Burnaby roster. No Ethan Iannucci tonight. Scored 2 goals in his last outing as he's got the lacrosse world talking about his return. One of the all-time great goal scorers. He's got into a couple of games with Burnaby to start the season, but not here tonight as Dixon moves it to Mallory. Sets a pick for him. Mallory comes around topside high. Moves it to Rose, flips it inside. That's over Dixon's head. Lowen still has it with time. Spinning behind the back as he had a bad angle. And that actually gets a reset if it was off Penny. As Lowen runs into Penny. Bucket pops off. And Robertson's out to have a chat with Riley Lowen, who doesn't think he's deserving of 2 minutes, but the referees definitely think he is, if not more. As that was a big collision behind the Burnaby net. Eric Penny does what most goaltenders do if a player is coming around and circling the net. Comes out to set a pick, and Lowen ran into him. Hard collision, and we'll wait to hear what the call is. I'm gonna go 2 interference, but we'll see. 5 goes up on the board for Riley Lowen, as Commissioner Paul Del Monte in attendance watches on. So a big opportunity here. Penny's still down on his knee. Good shot. Eric Penny just speaking with the trainers and getting back up now, but no worse for the wear. He will stay in this lacrosse game. Play will go back up the floor, so a Burnaby Laker power play now. 4-on-3, now 5-on-4 as Letourneau is back on the floor. 5-on-4 for 55 seconds. They'll just line up on the offensive zone 4-on-3. Porter picks up a loose ball. Shot clock turned off on the Burrards as he runs into a quick double. Lakers want to get this power play up the floor. Curtis Dixon, one of the best shorthanded players I've ever seen. He's got a double, triple inching in on Dixon as they try to keep him high. Dixon swims through, recovers, bouncing ball, and Lutweiler will pick it up as an exhausted Dixon heads up the floor. 5-on-4 for 13 more seconds. Gillespie will come on, and then Lowen will serve another just under 4 minutes. Rice and Stevens as they flip across the zone. Pass dropped. Stevens and Codron fighting for it. And Codron will get the ball up the floor. 3 minutes, 45 seconds to kill for the Maple Ridge Burrards on a 5-minute major to Riley Lowen. Wild has a lane towards net, flips it to Dixon, back up top to Mallory. It's a good old-fashioned penalty kill here in the Western Lacrosse Association. Rose steps across center. That is box game awareness as Rob Dazelle will talk to him. The American still trying to figure out where the paint is in the Western Lacrosse Association. He's over and back, and the ball goes to Burnaby on the power play for 3:14, trailing 2-0 here in the first period. 10:50 to go. Dollywall to Rice. His motion starts. Jones backpedals. He's trying to get loose. Posabon, that sails over the head, and a sloppy power play thrown away here. Bounce pass up the floor. Colton Porter as the Burrards will move to stall time. Dixon taking a breather as Mallory sails that one over Dixon's head. He recovers, runs into Posabon and Kalfa. Porter runs into his man. Loose ball bouncing in front of the Laker bench. And Tristan Rye will come up with it, and the Laker power play will try again. 2:29 to go in the man advantage. 10:06 to go in the frame here from Cam Neely Arena. Power play numbers for Lakers this season, 45%, actually third in the West. Maple Ridge killing penalties at a top-class rate, 77.8. No one better in the WLA so far this year. That goes off as Chiliano out of play, Laker ball. Still 2:04 on this man advantage. They can strike 2 goals off this major to Riley Lowen. Jones fires, kick save, Chiliano. Off the kneecap into the corner, Stevens. Back to Jones, Stevens winds up, back to Jones, looking for an open pause. Stevens tucks it in short side. Power play marker from Dane Stevens. It's where he's made his living in the WLA. That one, not his patented quick stick on the doorstep. That one coming from a bit of distance as Chiliano tried the kick save. And Stevens tucks it in short side. 2-1. Still $1.39 on the power play for the Burnaby Lakers, who lose this faceoff. That's going to be 0 for 4 so far. Wild with a head of steam. Wild shorthanded through the middle. Passes off. Porter drops the ball. Tristan Rye will flip it back. Give it to the power players. Tom Robertson to Scott Jones with some sharp gray gloves to match the gray kicks. 8:50 to go in the frame. Minute 8 in the power play. Scott Jones will go to Stevens. There's his patented quick stick. Chiliano wise to it. Slides over. Mike Tebbett chases a bouncing ball at center. He gets across. No one there for help. Lakers need to send the double. Try to strip them. They do, but Tebbett gets it to Porter, who's going to carry it in deep. Curtis Dixon trying to get free. As Porter's running to the wall, double team sandwiching in on Colton Porter. Aiden Barker loses it. The Mallory behind the net, 28 seconds to kill. Mallory trying to get around Baker. Baker inching in. Here comes the second double. Dixon with a hard pick. It's too hard. It's an interference call. Laker ball still on the power play for 18 seconds. One more stab up the floor here for Burnaby. Now they got to watch Riley Lowen and beware of any errant passes. Shot clock awareness here. Rice. Jenick at the point. Down to Stevens cutting through the middle. Dollywall buries. Just as Lowen stepping back on the floor. Not sure if it'll be a power play goal or not. But a hard cut pays off for the Raven, Sean Dollywall, who ties this game at 2 here in the first period. 7:39 to go. You know, watch the clock in the top left corner there. Does the goal happen before Mallory steps on the floor? Doesn't really matter, just for statistical purposes. It will count as a power play goal. So they do score 2 goals off the 5-minute major to Mike Mallory, your first period turning point. Sorry, to Riley Lowen, as he was the one who ran into Eric Penny behind the net. 5-minute major assessed to Lowen, and the Lakers score 2. Burrards now trying to answer back. 7:24 to go first frame. Tristan Rye, the Alberta native, chases down a loose ball. Picked up by Letourneau. Brad Breeden up the floor. He'll hand off at center. Damon Kalfa, the call up. Brian Rice has a lane, fires, that one goes off the crossbar and bounces to center, and they're going to say, oh, it's reset. Thought Lee Brain might have been signaling goal. Pausabon to Kalfa. He'll move it to Rice. He has time and space again. Rice winding up, firing is Pearson Willis. DJ Sari grabs the loose ball and tries to get out of the zone. Sorry, goes for a jog, hits Wild at center. 6:32 to go in the frame. 2-2. Shots on goal 10-7 in favor of the Lakers. Curtis Dixon sidestep, finds space, buries. 15th of the year for Superman. It's 3-2. Bit of a show pony kick, as my man Jake Elliott would say. Nice footwork by Dixon to create some separation. Easy shot down the middle of the floor. Far side low to beat Penny, who's allowed 3 on 8 shots. Zach Porter. Bouncing ball off the glass. He's hacked by a mean Keegan Letourneau. He's had a nasty first period so far.
By number 17, Curtis Dixon.
Unassisted for Dixon, his 15th of the season.
Time of the goal, 13 minutes, 39 seconds of the first period.
Low and spinning. Dollywall up to set a pick. He moves it. Rolling inside was Gillespie. He'd fumble the pass. Back forward is Owen Barker. And shot clock will expire. And Barker's going to get a delay game call for rolling that ball away. Referee Cam Anderson punishing Barker. Shot clock expired, and he kind of just rolled the ball away.
Barker, 2 minutes for delay of game.
Called for the delay game. So the Laker power play that's been perfect so far. 2 goals off a 5-minute major. Will get an opportunity to tie this game again on the man advantage. Stevens, Rice, Pozzebon, Dollywall, and Scott Jones. Jones at the point to Rice and Stevens. Stevens to Jones, shot saved by Chiliano. That one hits the ref near center. Colton Porter, foot race against Brian Rice, shorthanded towards the net. Porter stopped by Pennies. He scoops up the bouncing ball. Bounces it to Rice, who had Porter in his face again. We know that forecheck by Porter is always strong. Oh, Rice to Jones as the power play sets up again for 1:22. Dollywall steps into it, and Chiliano has to fall down to keep that one on the right side of the line. 10 seconds to cross center. Caudron gets across the line, moves it to Mitch Wild. Penalty coming up to the Burnaby Lakers. I think something happened in front of the Burrard bench. 4:45 to go. 59 seconds to kill as Dixon steps onto the floor, doesn't cross center to keep the shot clock turned off. Mallory moves it as the double team encroach. Tristan Rye will dig at it. He'll swat it back, and referees will blow the play down. We got interference call on Sean Dollywall of the Burnaby Lakers, who mucked it up in front of the Burrard bench. So 4-on-4 for 31 seconds, and then we'll get a look at the Maple Ridge Burrard power play as Barker will come out in 31.
2 minutes for interference. Time of penalty is 15 minutes.
Curtis Dixon.
46 seconds of the first period. Burnaby's Dollywall.
Always lethal 4-on-4.
15:46.
As Mallory goes far side to Gillespie. Lowen, Gillespie to Mallory, looking for a cutter. Has Lowen through the middle, fan on the shot. And Bowden was there to pick up the loose ball. Dixon waiting for him at center. Bowden moves it across. Scott Jones will slow down. Barker back on the floor. So the Lakers are shorthanded for 1:27. Kalfa cutting Jones. Shorthanded, robbed by Chiliano. Brilliant save by the big man on the doorstep. Keeps it 3-2 with 3:29 to go in the first. Power play on for Maple Ridge for 1:07. Dixon, Mallory, Lowen, Gillespie, and Adam Dixon. As Curtis Dixon winds up, fake, shoots, twister, doorstep, rebound. Curtis Dixon will pick it up, get a fresh clock for the Burrards. Gillespie, sticks waving from the Burnaby Lakers. All new short man unit here for Burnaby. As Dixon reaches around, tries to go far side. Penny gets into it. Up the floor, Tristan Rye, 38 seconds to kill. As Dixon gets off the floor. Stevens will try to get it deep as Nick Stone wants to keep him high. Stone chipping away at Stevens. Stevens, he'll run behind the net. Chiliano gets out, says, no, you're not coming this way, pal. Stone let him right into it. Now this time he'll get around. Stevens still has it, killing some good time off the clock. Here's Dollywall. Steps on the floor to a round of applause from the Swamp Monster bench. Back to even strength. 2:10 to go in the first period. 3-2 Maple Ridge. Good kill by the Lakers and have a full 2 to do. It's Stevens fires. Tries to get Frankie Chiliano short side again. The exact spot where he scored his goal earlier tonight. Back the other way come the Burrards. Aaron Davis to Dixon. Checks the pocket. Makes sure everything's set. As Chan cuts through the middle. Chan has it. Fires. Stick save Penny right into the breadbasket. Letourneau to Jenick. Hand off to Brian Rice. Plays it in deep for Pearson Willis. Minute 24 to go in the frame. Willis. Far side to Pazimon. That shot from the outside. Make that Jenick. That one will end up, whoop, almost by me. As I almost had a souvenir. And that one's off Rice's stick out of the play. Burrard ball, minute 12 to go in the frame. Up by 1. Newly acquired Mitch Wild, 2 goals in his debut. Rolls it to Lowen. Picks Ed Mallory with a lane. Fires. That one hit Dixon off the back. And Penny will have it. Under a minute to go in the frame. Dollywall. Not going to force and go for the 2-for-1. Stevens has it. 37 seconds to go. He's stripped. Loose ball goes to Kalfa. Bats at it. Chiliano makes the stave. Looks at the clock. Doesn't want to pick it up until there's under 30 to go. Smart by 92 as he helps out. Transition ball off the floor now. Hands off to Mallory. He'll head to the bench with Chiliano. And a 6-on-5 play to finish the first period here. Burrards know what they want to run as Dixon will wind up. Rose, no look pass across the crease. Dixon wasn't ready for it. And the Lakers look at the empty net, mailed up the floor, blocked by Chan, and that'll do it for period number 1 from Cam Neely Arena. The Burnaby Lakers outshoot, but they can't outscore through 20 minutes. Penny allowed 3 on 12 shots. Frank Chiliano allowed 2 on 16. A couple of the best goaltenders here in the summer. Speaking of goaltenders, Christian Del Bianco for the Victoria Shamrocks tonight as he was called up from the Junior A Adanacs, lending the A's his services. Christian Del Bianco will no doubt become a member of whatever club finishes 7th this summer, unless a trade can be made. You know, the Adanacs would want Del Bianco, a roster full of players that reside in and around the Palace on Poirier. They like to keep it local. Maple Ridge Burrards up 3-2 after 20 minutes. Burrards still awaiting the services of Garrett McIntosh, David Joyce, Ben McIntosh, Jeff Cornwall, Marty Dinsdale, Dan Taylor, Creighton Reed. This is a team that's off to a 2-1 start with a lead tonight and missing some heavy hitters to their lineup. Different looking Lakers roster tonight is we're not sure how their roster is going to round out this season. Depends on who shows up and who doesn't. Names like Matt Beers, Chris O'Doherty, Justin Salt, Tyler Digby, Robert Church, Ilya Gaich, all guys who they hold the rights for. Whether or not they show up this summer or not remains to be seen, and that'll determine how well the Burnaby Lakers do, have been a playoff team of recent memory. They're really building towards something with their core of Jones and Stevens and Church. Second period underway here from Cam Neely Arena. Casey Rose, one of the Americans in the Burrard lineup. Still awaiting Kyle Marr, son of Scott Marr, head coach of the University of Albany. Kyle Marr plays for Johns Hopkins, made a final 8 appearance in NCAA action the last couple weeks. And he'll be a Maple Ridge Burrard this summer. There's a lot of Americans trying to get a taste of summer ball before they enter the NLL draft and beyond. And why not spend a summer in a place like Maple Ridge or Victoria, New Westminster? This is where you want to be. And a hard shot comes from the outside from Pearson Willis. Bouncing ball off the wall. Porter will pick it up and head up the floor. He'll headman for Davis. That one goes off his stick and down to the hands of Eric Penny. Bit of a bounce as he gets the lumber onto Davis and makes a pass. And Lakers in possession. Janik moves it deep to Dane Stevens, who has a goal tonight. The Ladner native to Sean Dollywall. Dollywall back to Stevens. Cutting is Poseban. And that one's off his stick. Barker will pick it up. Owen Barker heads up the floor. Moves it to Mitch Wild. Head of steam out of the back 8. Does he want to go? He does. Wild will take a shot. That'll bounce out of play. Loved his lane and loved the look from Mitch Wild. But that one steered aside. 3 minutes gone. Second period. 3-2 Maple Ridge. As Jones to Dane Stevens winding up. That one's well wide. As Mike Tebbett will pick it up off the glass. He'll go to Zach Porter. Michaud is ahead of the play. Michaud couldn't bring in the ball. Chasing after it is Tristan Rye. Michaud had the ball, was stripped, and now he's battling 1, 2, 3, 4 Lakers for this Lucy. And it's kicked out to Porter, and he comes up with it. Massive loose from Michaud, the Poco native. Now a shot from the outside stuns Penny as he falls back awkwardly. Gets back on his feet, walks it off, and Bowden's to center. To Brian Rice, the Lakers' leading scorer through 3 games in this 1-2 record. Scott Jones to Dane Stevens. Tries to flip it inside to a cutting Rice. It's knocked down. Barker's there, driven into the boards by Rice. Interference called, and the Burrards are up the floor. 15:57 to go. As Robertson will greet Curtis Dixon. He moves it to Casey Rose. Out of Utah via Rutgers University. The Scarlet Knight is Jones. Rose, will flip it across the zone. Bouncing ball. Rose trips up, flips up, and that ball is bouncing into the corners. Curtis Dixon. Make that Adam Dixon hacking away at it. Shot clock will expire on the Burrards. Robinson and Breeden. Breeden heard footsteps, so the pass goes to Sean Dollywall. To Scott Jones. Stevens cutting to Jones. Quick stick shot as Chiliano knocks it aside. Dollywall gets the loose ball as the Lakers keep a bit of pressure on here in the second period. Stevens, Dollywall, quick stick shot again. That one didn't make its way through. Hit a defender. Janik, Jones winds up, fires. That one hit a body too. Awkward bounce off the boards. Lakers still have it. 4 seconds. And Bowden will just let it go to the Burrards. Caudron walks it into the offensive zone. Gets it to Riley Lowen. 14:36 to go in the frame. No goal scored yet here in the second. We're through 5.5 minutes. Lumber laid on to Mallory as the ball top center. Moves it to Adam Dixon. Curtis Dixon moving pick called. Lakers come up with it. To center is Lutweiler. Tucks underneath the stone. Lutweiler has a lane. Pass across. Poked away by Dane Michaud, who's running freely without a knee brace this year as he sails that one into the stands. but he's been running freely without a knee brace. I saw him in Game 1 in New Westminster, scored a breakaway goal. Nice to see a guy who's been hampered with injury over the years, running as freely as Dan Michaud has. Solid contributor to this club for a long time now. Shot from the outside. Tristan Rye with some cheddar. Ties it up at 3 on a nice outside snipe. Not getting a ton of offensive reps is Tristan Rye. Came over last year from the Victoria Shamrocks. Jones moved it. 17 on the shot clock. Jones ties up a couple bodies and a nice outside rip from Tristan Rye. 3-3, 13:47 to go. Second frame from Cam Neely Arena. Wild gliding up the floor. He's on roller skates. Or roller blades. Who has roller skates anymore? Pardon the reference. As he gets up the floor in a hurry. Lowen moves it. Curtis Dixon. Top center. Shot. Penny makes the save. Looks for the outlet pass up the floor. Trying to hit Aiden Baker as he'll chase Jesse Gillespie into the corner. Baker battling for the loose. His first WLA game. Chopping at it. Trying to stay on top of Jesse Gillespie, who picks it up, flips it. That one's off a stick, bouncing near the boards. And it's off Breeden's stick and out of play. He's frustrated with the call. Frustrated with himself. 12:56 to go, second period. Gillespie to Dixon. Mike Mallory and moving pick called again. Blowing down on Dixon, who's confused. And that's a big, strong body on Curtis Dixon. 6'2", 215. And able to create separation with a bump or a tap. Being blown on a couple interference calls tonight. As Dane Stevens steps into on. Chiliano the save, bouncing into his stick. And he's got a couple outlets. Porter, Barker. He'll change. Porter will bring it up the floor. Mallory to Casey Rose. Adam Dixon to Curtis Dixon. Mallory the pick. Curtis Dixon comes around high, gets it far side. Chan takes a shot. Penny got over. Nice save by Eric Penny. Rose has it now. Tries to tuck underneath the Jones. Crashes the crease. Penny gets over and falls on top of him. Back the other way now. Good pace to the second period. Robertson to Rye out of the offensive gate now. That shot goes wide. Rice comes up with it. Rye cuts through the middle. Rice hangs on. 13 on the shot clock. As Scott Jones will eye his options. He'll pass across the zone. It's picked off. And Dane Michaud looks up the floor. Mitch Wild, and he's gone. Mitch Wild breakaway, fires, scores. Not going to catch 16 when he gets on his horse. And on the breakaway, puts the Burrards up 4-3. Watch Wild move. It's a good hustle back out of the gate as they almost gets a stick on him, and then just a bouncer. 3 goals in 2 games for Mitch Wild. Welcome to the Western Lacrosse Association, as he's having a good time of it so far.
The Burrards' 4th goal of the game, scored by number 16, Mitch Wild. The assist to number 11, Dane Michaud. Found the goalie in its 34 seconds of the second period. Wild from Michaud at 8:34.
Loose ball battle behind Eric Penny, a crunch in a wall. And the Lakers will have it. Look to answer back, down by 1 with 11:14 to go, almost halfway through this lacrosse game. Dollywall will leg it up. Backpedals, passes far side to Dane Stevens. Picks it by Kalfa. Dollywall fans on the skip pass opportunity. So that one swung across the zone. Chiliano gets a paddle on it. Headmans to Mike Tebbett. Mallory now to Dixon. Takes a chop off the gloves. Has a lane top center. Stick save Penny. Dixon again gets his own rebound. And the Lakers look up the floor. Ahead of the play is Jensen. Man to beat. Jensen gets cross-checked from behind from Jesse Gillespie. And he's going to get a call. Lowen picks it up. And a referee, Cam Anderson, calls down Jesse Gillespie. 2-minute for a push on the back. Close referee Craig Baldridge doesn't make the call. Cam Anderson does. And the Laker power play will go to work, where they've got a couple tonight. Eric Penny went over to get a drink of water. He's being sent back by the referee staff. No water for you. 10:15 to go. Lakers on the power play, where they are 45% to start the season against the league's best penalty kill. Maple Ridge's 77.8 through 3 games. Jones, Stevens, Rice, Dollywall. As that one shot, Chiliano goes down to his knees to make the save. Loose ball, Dollywall takes a bump, hangs onto it, and the Laker power play will set up again. Rice to Jones, Stevens, back to Jones, fired, and that one's wide. Penny will come out to help. Dollywall will head down for it. Brian Rice with some heat. That one hits a stick, doesn't make its way through. And the Burrards will try to kill some time. Minute 7 to work with. As Luke Gillespie takes a chop from Robertson. Wearing Kyle Sorensen's short-lived number 13 from last season. Kyle Sorensen now behind the bench for the Burnaby Lakers. Dixon tries to flip it inside short-handed. He's ridden down to the ground, no call. As Gillespie and Lutweiler exchange words. Jones has it. Shot from the outside, Rice rifles it wide. And Jones will have to chase down this loose ball. Shot clock will expire. And it'll be the Burrards successfully killing a penalty in 14 seconds when Gillespie gets back on the floor. Dixon slows it down. Gillespie on the floor. Successful kill by the Burrards as Adam Dixon rolls out of the gate. Riley Lowen winding up, takes one high, shakes it off. Burrard bench wants a call, not going to get it. Dixon recovers. Pick set. Dixon tries to body his way inside. Nice wall set up there by the Burnaby Lakers to let Dixon through. 7:51 to go. Legged out by Letourneau to Scott Jones. Jones to Rye. Rice tries to flip it to Willis. It's over his head. Stevens bodies his man out of the way. Tries to get a bouncing ball. Lakers still have it. Time on the shot clock. Rye. Stevens. That's off the bean of Chiliano. Bouncing ball on his doorstep. Picked up by Barker. And the Burrards head up the floor. Up by 1 with 7:17 to go in the second period. Riley Lowen moves his way to top center. To Dixon. One man to beat. It's Robertson. Likes his lane top side. Man coming around the crease is Garrett Chan. Past far side. Casey Rose couldn't grab it. Bouncing ball for Lowen off the tip of his stick. Mallory loses it, and Tristan Rye's up the floor. Tristan Rye breakaway, buries. Some more cheddar on the nachos from Tristan Rye, as he had a beauty of a shot earlier. And this is just off the shoulder, no faking, nothing fancy on the breakaway. Doesn't give Chiliano anything. Boom, top shelf, far side high. And the Alberta boy has 2 tonight. 4-4 lacrosse game, 6:42 to go in the frame. As Porter will try to pick on his man behind the net. Chopping for the loose ball. Chiliano gets a paddle on it. And that ball is mailed up the floor. Wild couldn't get it. Breeden on him. Now Wild comes up with it. Wild been a nice presence on this Burrard back end, giving them some transition punch. He'll look good running the floor with Jeff Cornwall when he gets back. There's a shot. Stick save Penny. And in a tie game, the Lakers make their way up the floor. 6:03 to go in period number 2 from Cam Neely Arena. Shots on goal, 25-22 in favor of the Lakers. Spinning is Pearson. Back to Rye. Jones fires, scores. Bit of a screen from Michaud as Jones buries one from distance. And the Lakers have their first lead of the night. It's 5-4 with 5:40 to go in the second period. Looked like Jones was going to move the ball. I recognized a screen from Michaud. Nice pick set. Michaud comes out to challenge, and Jones tucks it in short side. Wild to Gillespie as the Burrards look to answer back. Curtis Dixon. Letourneau keeps an eye on him. Shot saved by Penny. Bouncing ball. And the Lakers back into their own crease, as that one went off Rye into the hands of Penny. Gillespie. 5:09 to go. Moves inside to a rolling Lowen, and Penny gets over with a nice stick save. And then casually leaning back on his posts. And as he stares down French Chiliano, Jenik, his jersey tucked into the kidney pads. Never a good look. Some teammate got to look out for their buddy there. And that one's into the middle. Dane Michaud will pick it off. Being chased up the floor, stripped from behind from the junior A call of Damon Kalfa. Michaud tries to dive after a ball. All alone up the floor is Jensen. As this one comes to Sean Dollywall. Jones has it. 1-goal lead for the Lakers. Their first time tonight. 4:14 to go in the frame. Jones trying to get after a bouncing ball. Chiliano bites down on his knees to make the save. And moving up the floor is Porter. Dixon waiting for his opportunity. Draws a penalty, swims towards the net, hits Mallory back. Casey Rose fires, and that one hit Bowden. And a penalty coming up to the Burnaby Lakers. 3:33 to go in the frame. Burrards on the power play, where they are 40% on the season. It's not where they've got a lot of their offensive production from. And they're going to draw another penalty as Letourneau got a chop on Dixon as he was on the ground. That's going to be a whistle down every time. Letourneau about to serve his 6th minute in penalties tonight, or less.
Burnaby penalty to number 22, Keegan Letourneau. 2 minutes for slashing. The time of that penalty, 16 minutes.
4 minutes for slashing. So no, make that his 8th minute in penalties tonight. Letourneau not happy about it. My broadcast booth about, 10 feet away from Letourneau. His knuckles feeling some glass right now. So big 5-on-3 that the Lakers have to try to come out of alive. Dollywall straight up just stripped by Barker, chasing down Gillespie. Dixon all alone all day long, buries. It's a nice strip by Barker. And cleanly picked the pocket of Dollywall. And Dixon could have put on the brakes, poured himself a drink of water, turned on the TV. Essentially a penalty shot for Curtis Dixon. All the time in the world for his 2nd of the night. 5-5 power play goal, 2:53 to go. And Curtis Dixon has 16 goals in this his 4th game. Wild on the move again to Curtis Dixon. 5-on-4 for 3 minutes and 20 seconds. As that goal crossed off the first penalty. So Burrards could technically score 2 more goals here on the 3-minute and 6-second penalty to Letourneau. Lutweiler, got to be careful he doesn't go back over here. Time ticking away on Lutweiler. He's got to get some awareness. He's pinned and he'll run out of time as he couldn't get across the floor. Now hustling back. Gillespie's going to take it. Scoops it back to Tebbett. Back to Gillespie. He'll spin on the doorstep and Penny will get over. And that's just some of the inexperience that these young Lakers are showing. Jensen has a lane in that shorthand. He'll curl back around. Time more valuable right now. 5-5, minute 48 to go. And the Burrards on the power play for the rest of this frame, plus some. Stevens looking for a cutting. Scott Jones short-handed. Chiliano drops the paddle and keeps it a tie game. Back the other way now. Curtis Dixon slowing play down. Stepping into it, Lowen, far side, Dixon looking for Lowen again. He'll step in wide. Dixon has it, cutting through the middle, shoots, and Penny the save, rebound. Gillespie will recover, scoop it out to Dixon. Mallory with it now. Mallory winding up. Gillespie, Lowen trying to get open. Curtis Dixon comes around his man. He'll flip it around the horn as Dixon shot. Penny, another save. Monster shift from the Rexdale native Eric Penny. Brian Rice has to kill the rest of this period off. 40 seconds cutting through the middle. Jones shorthanded. Where is it? Jones has his arms up in celebration, but Lee Bryan says no. Chiliano keeps it on the right side of the line, also keeps it a tie game. Final possession of the frame here. Dixon flips it. Mallory. Too much time for the Burrards to think here. The Lakers not getting out on hands, not cross-checking. I know he's short-handed, but got to pressure a little bit. Gillespie, 5 seconds. Curtis Dixon winding up. Faking, biting, shooting. And that one goes behind the net. And they're not able to score on the power play in the last minute and change here in this frame. 40 minutes in the books. We've solved nothing It's 5-5, the Burnaby Lakers and the Maple Ridge Burrards from Cam Neely Arena. 40 minutes gone, and we're right back where we started from Cam Neely Arena, a tile lacrosse game. Nothing solved. 5-5, 40 minutes in the books. Maple Ridge Burrards and the Burnaby Lakers. My name is Brad Challoner. Things are done on the island as the New Westminster Salmon Bellies hang on to defeat Christian Del Bianco and the Victoria Shamrocks 9-8. We are the nightcap now. 20 minutes left in your WLA week. Thanks for hanging out with me. My name is Brad Challoner. Track me down on Twitter at Brad Chal, CHALL, if you want to talk during this next 20. Bit of goaltending duel, just like it was on the island between Bouquet and Del Bianco. We've got Penny and Chiliano swapping monster saves at the end of that second period. Penny's made 25 saves on 30 shots. Chiliano has made 24 on 29. And we're in for a good final 20 here. So thanks for flipping over. As we'll wrap up your weekend here on WLAlacrosse.com, brought to you by Play Full Screen. Mike Tebbett trying to slash after a stick. Loose ball will bounce out to Aaron Davis, and the Burrards will have the real settled first offensive possession of this frame. Davis to Casey Rose. That ball's dropped at center. Rose can't pick it up one-handed. Mallory can. And with just 15 seconds, the Burrards will settle. Garrett Chan, hard cut through the middle. Chan still has it behind the back shot. Penny got a piece and a penalty on the play, as the Lakers had too many men on the floor. And you do that in the defensive zone. It's a penalty here in the Western Lacrosse Association. Offensive zone, too many men, you turn the ball over. But too many men on the defensive gate, you sit for two. Pearson Willis will serve. Burrard power play will go to work.
Penalty comes at 1 minute, 15 seconds of the third
No,
period.
Dixon and company will work it around the horn. Gillespie down low to Lowen. Curtis Dixon back to Lowen. Quick stick shot sailed across the floor. Mallory has it. 14 on the shot clock as Letourneau makes himself big in front of Mallory. Dixon flips. Gillespie down to the crease. Lowen dancing on the doorstep, and Penny shuts him down. Penny looking for the breakout pass. Air mails it. Letourneau gets a stick up forward, and that one they're going to say was straight off of the bounce and out of play, so it belongs to Maple Ridge. Still on the power play for 1 minute 23 as Adam Dixon will run it into the offensive zone. He's got Curtis Dixon at top center. Dixon flips it to Mallory. Lowen trying to get open. Mallory takes, and Penny slams the shoulder shut. Fresh clock for Dixon as the building quiets down to a hum here. You can hear the lights buzzing in Cam Neely. As Curtis Dixon takes a shot again. Penny, another save. He's been sharp tonight. He'll bomb that one through the rafters safely. But down the floor, another couple shot opportunities here for the Burrards as Mike Mallory will take a look at his options. He's got Lowen over there. Dixon will play the point. Gillespie, a high pick for Dixon. Dixon comes around, has a lane. Gillespie open now. Dixon winding up. Dixon inside, fires wide. Rebound comes to Gillespie. He's inside, moving all day long. And that one will go wide. Gillespie gets a rebound off the wall. Dixon again. He tries to spin his way inside. Bodies a man free. Gets a shot. It's wide. As the short man unit doing its due diligence here for the Burnaby Lakers. None of those players on this roster last year except for Sean Dollywell. Now Dixon tucks it in. Hat trick for Superman on the power play. So they make up for a couple bobbled passes as Curtis Dixon has his 17th of the season here, averaging over 4 a night now. As this is turned over by Stevens. They leave Dixon open. They challenge ball carrier. That scenario, I think you just smother Dixon and let whoever else has the ball take a shot on Eric Penny, who's been sharp. So power play goal for the Burnaby Lakers. For the Maple Ridge Burrards. They retake the lead 6-5 with 16:36 to go. A power play marker from Superman.
To number 60, Mitch Wild.
As the Lakers look to answer back. Stevens and company. Scott Jones tries to work his way towards the net. Barker and Porter with a nice double. Dane Stevens will take his turn now. Passes it down in the crease. That one's out of reach of Posaban. Back the other way for Porter. Dixon. Mallory winding up. Inside. Shot by Lowen. Penny gets over again. Garrett Chan hustles towards the loose ball and gets another shot clock for the Burrards. Mallory up high to Dixon. Letourneau watching him. Mallory sets a pick. Tries to cut down low. Letourneau gets in front of Dixon. He's pushed to the outside. Passes down in the crease. Chan recovers. Dixon winding up. Has one man to beat. Fire stick save. Penny tries a big chop for the loose ball, but it's picked up by Chan. He's been a loose ball machine in that offensive zone, and his bench likes the effort after taking a big chomp from Penny. The jaws of life coming down on you. As Mallory moves it to Lowen, shot, and Penny makes another save, keeping his Lakers within one here. 5 minutes gone in the third period in a one-goal game. Mallory. Tried a can opener on Dollywall. Rice, quick stick shot by Dollywall, goes wide. Rice gets it back, 10 on the shot clock. Winding up, shooting, tried to go short side, it's wide. Michaud picks up the loose ball. He's pressured, but he moves it. And DJ Sari picks up the bouncing ball. Caudron moves it to Adam Dixon. To Lowen. Casey Rose to Dixon. Steps inside the middle. Tries to get around Letourneau. Stands up to him. Curtis Dixon takes one high. Draws a penalty. Takes a shot. Penny knocks it away. And back to the penalty box are the Burnaby Lakers. Nick Jensen for 2. Two-minute cross-check as he got one on Curtis Dixon. Oh, Dixon in the power play back to work after just scoring a power play goal. They're up by 1 with 14-12 to go in the third period here from Cam Neely Arena. Penny gets a drink before this power play starts.
Burnaby penalty to number 24, Nick Jensen. 2 minutes for cross-checking. Time of the penalty is 5 minutes, 48 seconds of the third period. Burnaby's Jensen for cross-checking at 5:48.
Gillespie to Lowen, Curtis Dixon. Mallory sets a pick in front. Lowen takes a shot. Penny the save, looking for a breakout pass up the middle. Has Bowden in stride. Bowden breakaway, shorthanded, wide of the net. Nice pass from Penny, though, and good wheels by Bowden to get a good shot opportunity. Sails wide. Burrard's back on the power play for 90 seconds. Dixon has it. Mallory gets in front. Lowen drops a pass. Gillespie will grab it. Curtis Dixon has it. Fires wide. Rebound. Gillespie. He'll fire again. Shooting gallery on Penny with another couple of saves. Dollywall runs up the floor. Gillespie chases him. Dollywall trying to get away. Flips it to Stevens, and the Lakers are shorthanded for a minute. Scott Jones with those sleek gray mitts. And we're getting a couple penalties on the play. No, just an interference call. Minor interference up the floor. Lee Breen looked like he was charging towards the penalty box with a pair of players. But no, minor interference. Burrard ball. 40 seconds on the man advantage. No Dixon on this set. Well, there's an Adam Dixon, just not a Curtis. As Lowen goes to Mallory. Shot That one's blocked by Letourneau into the rafters. And that'll stay with Maple Ridge. Low into Rose. Mallory. Pass down to the crease for Gillespie. Recovers. Head fake. Lowen. Dixon in front. Tying up Letourneau. Mallory takes a shot. It's rolling on the goal line. And it stays safe for the Burnaby Lakers. 6 seconds to kill. Nick Jensen back on the floor. Even strength lacrosse. 1 goal game. 12-11 to go. Third period. But the Lakers put too many men out of the offensive gate. And again, they turn the ball over. Zach Porter up the floor. He'll fire. That one's wide of the net. Bouncing ball down the floor. Stevens will chop at Mitch Wild. Curtis Dixon has it. Wild clearing some real estate. Loses his stick as Jensen clamped down. Loose ball's picked up. Breakaway pass up the floor intended for Jensen. And the Burrards will run on to Lucy in the corners. Jensen goes in hard, and that'll be at least 2. Getting the charging call as Letourneau and Sari go after each other. Jensen no worse for the wear. That's one of those scenarios that makes it look a lot worse than it actually was when you see a guy go head first into the wall. Letourneau and Sari are going to chirp. Letourneau is going to go to the box again. That's 10 minutes tonight that he'll be serving. And Sari and Letourneau will chirp. And the initial penalty going to Nick Stone for a charge. We'll wait and see if it's a 2 or a 5, but a 1-goal game with 11:34 to go could be a turning point here. As we get a little Law and Order from the DJ. Baldridge and Breen will converse. This is Letourneau's 5th minor of the game. He might be done. Wait for the refs to sort this one out. Jensen, by the way, happy and healthy. He's fine. Yeah, that's the night for Keegan Letourneau, the former Six Nations junior arrow. And he won't be happy, as he had a strong night so far tonight on the defensive side of things. But 5 minors is too many. Willis will serve. We'll wait to get the official results here. Stone calls it a night too. First game of the season for Nick Stone, and he's going to get 5 and a charge in a game here. So the penalty box fills up here on the Burrard side of things. We've got a 5-on-3. Four on 3. That's, yeah, it should be 4-on-3. Jensen heads off. He's the one who took the bump. And they need someone to serve for Letourneau. We've got 7 minutes up on the board for Maple Ridge. 2 minutes up. Here comes the call.
Keegan Letourneau. 2 minutes for roughing and attendant misconduct. To the Burrards, number 88, Nick Stone. Stone a 5-minute match penalty, and he's excused from the rest of the contest. Also with the Burrards, number 23, DJ Sorry. 2 minutes for roughing and a 10-minute.
So Sorry and Letourneau get roughing calls, and Nick Stone gets 5-minute match penalty for a charge. We'll have 4-on-3 here for a minute 22. And then a 3-minute Laker power play. They are down by 1 with 10:50 to go. And just killing time off the clock as Gillespie's got a wide open chance, and Penny robs him as he split the double. Lakers concerned about Dixon, a Wild who can do some damage up front. Curtis Dixon gets free. Dixon shorthanded, and Penny got a piece of it again. Or did he? That one went off the roof, and now it's Burrard ball. Laker ball, rather. Burnaby Lakers up the floor. Dane Stevens, Rice, Jones, and Pozzebon, the power play. Rice, Jones, Stevens, passes picked off. Owen Barker tries to get off to the races. He's being chased from behind by Pozzebon. Gives him a push. Double comes over on Barker as they try to chase behind the net. Barker runs into the referee, runs into a double. Tries to get out of it. Scoops it back. Gillespie on the doorstep. He's spinning in shorthanded, and he'll run it to safety. Passes to Mitch Wild. Wild and Dixon to do some damage shorthanded. Wild cuts a lane towards the net. Doesn't need to shoot. Wants to just kill some time off the clock. So now, 3-minute power play for Burnaby with 2:53. 9:24 to go in the frame. Now Wild killing time off the clock. He's got a motor, he's got wheels, and the Lakers double. I don't think any match for Mitch Wild. Moves it off quickly. Gillespie's jumped. He'll scoop it back, and Lowen's able to get to the loose ball. Good looking penalty kill here by the Maple Ridge Burrards. Finally, the Lakers get it back. Jones to Rice. Power play for Burnaby, inching in. Shot from Jones off Chiliano, out of play. And we've got a timekeeper's timeout here. There's some confusion as to whether Jesse Gillespie and Pearson Willis have to serve the 10s to Nick Stone and Keegan Letourneau. Those 10s for match penalties are usually just for bookkeeping services, and you shouldn't need a guy in the penalty box to serve out those 10s. Those 10s just belong to Stone and Letourneau. But referee Craig Baldridge talking to the timekeeper saying, no, keep him in for now. So we'll see. Maybe next stoppage of play, those guys can come out. Nonetheless, Burrard's trying to kill another minute 15 here, up by 1 with 7:46 to go in this lacrosse game. Curtis Dixon tries to swim his way toward the middle of the floor. He's poked up by Tristan Rye, runs into a triple, scoops it over to Barker. Barker takes a chop from Breeden. Still has it. Wild cuts his way through the middle. Pass is blocked by Breeden, as he would have had a lane towards the net. And now Tristan Rye will come up with it, and the Laker power play has 46 seconds to get something done. and tied this lacrosse game. Dane Stevens with a power play goal tonight. The Dollywall. Scott Jones. Rice open at the point. Rice fakes a shot, lets it go. That one hit a body of Dane Michaud. Digging for the loose ball. Burrards will come up with it. 18 seconds to kill. This is a big kill in the third period here for Maple Ridge. Colton Porter comes in shorthanded, and he'll curl around to the boards as Robertson chases him. And listen, Burrard crowd, Burrard bench will like this, as Gillespie's back on the floor. Even strength lacrosse. 1-goal game, 6:30 to go. Low and winding up, shoots. Pass across the floor. Dixon tries a quick stick opportunity off a pass from Casey Rose. And Penny gets over again as he's faced 43 shots now. Burrard's been trailing in the shot department almost all night and have really pulled away here in the third period. Tristan Rye. Dane Stevens, cutter, one-handed slam attempt from Scott Jones as Chiliano shuts the door. Bouncing ball on his doorstep. Davis picks it up. Jones on the forecheck. Davis tries to get out. Stevens is going to crouch in too. Give him a cross check. And now Mitch Wild. No forecheck will phase him right now as he gets up the floor in a hurry. Dixon trailing, firing, scoring. Good look from Malone as Dixon was just creeping in behind the play. And believe that's his 4th of the night. Everyone got a man and left Curtis Dixon wide open as they came in with numbers 4-on-3. Dixon gives the Burrards a 2-goal cushion, 5:32 to go in this game. And now Porter, breakaway, scores! 3-goal cushion for the Maple Ridge Burrards. As this one comes off the ensuing face-off, back-to-back goals, it's 8-5. Robertson just doesn't stay with Porter. Was watching the ball. Porter was gone up the floor. Bang, short side low past Penny. 8-5 with 5:21 to go here from Cam Neely Arena. Wrapping up this week in WLA lacrosse action. My name is Brad Challoner. Lakers go Friday night versus the Nanaimo Timbermen, 7 o'clock at the Swamp. And Burrards will play the Adirondacks on the weekend. Shot from Dollywall, saved by Chiliano, drops down to his knees. Rolling ball as Porter bumps in to Damon Kalfa. The junior A call up with some power play minutes tonight.
The assist to number 32, Zach Porter.
Porter from Porter. Porter's first goal of the season. As Pozamon goes to the top to Tristan Rye. He's got a pair of Lakers goals tonight. Kalfa, shot. Chiliano the save. And Michaud will look up the floor. He wants help. Lakers with the forward check again as Stevens hangs out. And now Colton Porter will give to an offense. And still without Dan Taylor, Ben McIntosh, Kyle Marr awaiting his debut. Marty Dinsdale. This team's going to look a lot different in a few weeks after everything wraps up elsewhere in the world of lacrosse. 3:48 to go, 3-goal lead now for the Burrards. This game was tied after 40 minutes. Lakers looking for their first goal of the third period. Crunch time now as Rice goes to Pozamon. Penny to the bench, extra attacker is on, 6-on-5. Rice, Dollywall, fires, scores. Nice ball movement by the Lakers. They swing it across the zone, and Sean Dollywall gets Chiliano before he can set. 2-goal game with 3:25 to go. Second of the night for the Raven out of Richmond, BC. Not really a set play on the 6-on-5. Just looked like a man advantage, which it was. Everybody kind of just working the ball around the horn, swing pass across, and Dollywall from the outside, where Frank Chiliano has given up the majority of the goals tonight, coming on outside shots. Lakers have struggled to get in tight. They've got a couple power play markers, but most of the damage coming from the outside shooters. 2-goal lead for the Burrards with 3:20 to go. Porter takes Stevens down, and the Lakers will go to the power play down by 2. Well, the Lakers, who have had a couple power play markers tonight, 5 minutes to Porter. This is huge with 3:15 to go. Lakers can strike 2 off of this major. That's exactly what they did in the first period when Riley Lowen took a 5-minute major. They scored twice. Can they do it again to bring this game even? Late stages, third period. Here we go. Rice, Jones, shooting. It's off the chin of Chiliano. Lakers starting to dig after the loose ball. Porter loses it. Rice collects. Has it to Stevens. Quick stick shot. And Codron gets the bouncing ball. 10 seconds got the floor. Codron will mail it down. Gillespie shorthanded. He'll run into Tristan Rye. Still chasing the loose ball. Rye will come up with it, and the Laker power play will go to work again. 2:36 to go in the game. Need a big penalty kill here. It's been the league's best penalty kill this season, 77.8%, first overall in the dub. They've got to be perfect or just allow 1 here in the last 2:15. Stevens, Jones, fires. Chiliano got a piece of it. It's out of play. It'll stay with Burnaby.
32 second quarter. 5-minute major for cross-checking. Time the penalty was 60 minutes, 45 seconds.
Jones to Stevens, back to Jones, back to Stevens, shot off Chiliano, back to Stevens, Jones again, pass down to the crease. That one's blocked off Michaud, and Chiliano will grab it. Forechecking is Stevens as Mitch Wild will lose it. Stevens can't bring up the loose ball. Wild still has it. 10 seconds ticking away. He'll throw it deep. Penny can't get it. Michaud does. And the Burrards now have to kill. Minute 34 left in the game. They are shorthanded for the rest of it. 3 Lakers come over on Dixon as he floats it to Gillespie. Moves it to Riley Lowen. Back to Dixon. Breeden. Robertson. Lutweiler, all taking chops at Mallory now. He comes out with it, gets it to Lowen. He takes a sword off the chest. 3 Lakers caught up high. Mallory down the gut. Moves it to Gillespie, short-handed. Shot goes wide. And Gillespie able to bring that ball down. To the round of applause from the Burrard faithful here. 48 seconds to go and a monster penalty kill. Flexing its muscle on the offensive side of the PK. Dixon. Could pretty much just kill this ball game. 30 seconds to go. To Gillespie. Lakers defenders exhausted. Can't send a double. They're just concerned about Dixon, who's now free, wide open, and just wants to run this lacrosse game away. Porter takes a 5-minute major with 3.5 to go in a 2-goal game. And the Burrards make quick work of the clock. They rag it out, they drag it out, and they win this lacrosse game 8-6 as Curtis Dixon is tuckered. Monster kill for the Burrards in the late stages, who improved to 3-1.